video. Today's video is going to be the first of a series where we take a look at every single region in Smash Ultimate. All 4 regions, plus maybe 5 in the world, depending on how these go. But it's going to be EU, Mexico, USA plus Canada, because some people put Canada with Mexico, but I'm going to put USA with Canada. I think that's what most people do now, but just to clear it up. And then Japan. Those are the main 4 regions, and then I might do one for the rest of the world, because there's a ton of players that are not included in the world. But we're going to start off with EU, which is by far the most underrated region, and for decent reason, looking at their past, but they have gotten so good recently. Just looking at like how much they've improved from PGR Season 1, this is Season 1, their only players on it are Glutonny at 14th, and Mr. R at 36th. Then we go to Season 2, it is Glutonny at 8th, pretty big improvement there, but Mr. R is down to 44th, and Leffen is on Area 51. And then we go to Season 3, and that was kind of tough because there was like no NA rankings. But then we go to like this recent season. Glutonny was number 3, and Sisqui was number 14. Now, granted, this is only an EU PGR or an NA PGR, so there isn't really any Japanese players on there, just like because there's not a ton of travel. There was some, but there's not a ton. And I just thought that was important to mention. But EU is an insane region. They've improved so much, and we're going to be taking a look at their top 10 players mainly, and then saying some people that I think are like super big wild cards that I think are underrated and could definitely like destroy an American tournament, any tournament. Quick is going to be the first one. I feel like Quick is probably honestly the biggest wild card on this list because he's just insane. Like, we've known him to have crazy performances. Like, his performance at E Carabina was unreal. He played out of his mind at that tournament, getting second place there, getting a ton of good wins on the way. I don't know if he got a Gluto win. He got Trim wins, Raffla wins, Pelly wins, Chag wins, lost to Leo only, and then beat Sisqui. Just an absolutely incredible player. Unfortunately, this isn't on this list. That's why he's number 10. But Quick is phenomenal, out of his mind. So good. Quick is incredible, and he's not even the best Samus in EU, which goes to show. Both the best Samus and Dark Samus are in EU, in Quick and Sisqui. But Quick is unreal. When he went to Let's Make Big Moves, he did very well in 2022, the very start. So hopefully we'll see him in the US more, because I think he'll do absolutely incredible, because he's just such an amazing player. Super Semi as well. Again, a really amazing player. Probably the best Young Link or Toon Link in the in the world. It'd be him or Toast, and I might give it to Toast, but he is, or Skittles actually. But still, sorry for the ad. Super Semi is incredible. He's done it really well, good at a ton of tournaments. Very consistent player as well, and he still plays Toon Link, which I feel like is a really underrated character. Super Semi. It's Young Link. I don't know why I always mix up the links in this video, but he has been really good for honestly a pretty decent amount of time. If we go to his here, let's see. He's 11-11 with Space, which is like, we know Space to be one of the best players in the EU for a while now. 8-3 with Ramses. So it's like very consistent records over a lot of good people. And if we look at his major performances, I'll put it to like 200. He's very consistent, like 9th at Wanted, 9th at Hermes, 17th at the Qualifier, even though it is online. He had 4th at Quarantine Series. That's actually insane. Even though, again, it's online, he's still, like, he went through the gauntlet. So yeah, Super Semi, absolutely incredible player. The only thing that's holding him back is we don't see a ton of performance from him. Like, he basically has one major within the PGR season. Actually, I don't think Hermes was in PGR season. So I actually don't think he had any majors, and he still managed to get a 9th place. So if we see more traveling, or like he had some regionals and stuff, but if we see more travel, even in EU from Super Semi, he could go insanely crazy, like super impressive. Next is going to be Orion. Orion is obviously an incredible player here. Had a really good run at Genesis, super consistent, one of the best Wolves in the world. Wolf is like a hard character to be one of the best at, because there's so many. Like, you have to beat Jackal, you have to beat Ouch. Charlie the King might be coming back. I know he's been more active on Twitter recently, started streaming again, so that could be super sick. And he's obviously amazing. Japan doesn't have as many great Wolves, because Zachary doesn't really play them. And then that's actually, Atorier does play Wolf now, so like, again, ton of really good Wolf representation, and Orion is 100% up there, and his Doc is nasty, which also helps. Mr. R. Honestly, Mr. R getting 7th is pretty low for him. He's been having a pretty rough time recently because of like a character crisis. But the fact that you're doing so well with like, and he's been in a character crisis, don't get me wrong, he's been in a character crisis since Alt came out. I don't know, he's just like, he's been going back and forth between the Crom. He says he's going to drop it. I don't know if he will. I pray that he does drop the Crom, because it feels like he really wants to. He just like can't. It's like an addiction. You just can't go cold turkey. But I believe Mr. R has so much potential. Like, probably the player with the most potential on this list. It's him or Bloom for sure, or Raffalo maybe. that has like just so much potential, and it's like obviously it's not it's hard to say potential because like we've seen it before, but we haven't seen it as much in this game. Even though he has had the high like he got like what was it 36 on the first PJ, like that's very impressive. And I think we could see him go way higher if he is able to travel to the U.S. more as well. That could be like super good for him, get more practice and such. But he's been doing very well in EU, very consistent player, and I just think he's amazing. Tarik is also in contention for the best, probably the best Greninja in the world. I'd give it up to him over Leah. I do think Leah is amazing, but Tarik is just on another level. And then also in contention for, again, the best Kazuya in the world. That is also very highly contested. You have T, you have Riddles, you have Axiom, you have, who else? Aquila, you have Ferbs. There's a ton of amazing Kazuya players out there. And his is nothing to sleep on either. His Kazuya is incredible. He plays so well with this character. It's so scary. And it's like, Tarik is one of those players that you literally, no matter what character you're playing, no matter what the setting is, you always have to ban Final Destination. Even if you think you'll do good against the Kazuya, that means you have to play against Greninja on Final Destination. And the fact that you always have to ban a stage, like most of the time you're going to perma-ban a stage, the fact that you guaranteed basically have to ban a stage when you only have 2 bans against Tarik is incredible. You just have to pray that your character was already bad on FD and you were going to ban it anyway, because like the fact that he has that, I think it's unreal. And then also, I think he's the first co-main on this match. I mean, technically, Mr. R is, but I'm going to say he's not a co-main because I'm praying he stopped being one. But again, shots at Mr. R are just like, the Sheik is so good. But yeah, Tarik is out of his mind incredible. I hope we can see him more at any tournaments because I feel like we haven't seen a ton of him over here. And I think he'd do really well. Now we're getting to the top 5, and this is where, like, I think there's a little bit of a cutoff, by the way, when we get to top 4, and that's what we'll kind of start from this and just go into stats specifically. But Leon is probably, he's like the gatekeeper. He is the gatekeeper of EU. He is just so consistent. I feel like he's always in that 5th, 7th place. We've seen some, like, thirds from him as well. I don't know if he has any major wins. We'll take a quick look at it right now. But when it comes to NA, he does pretty well normally, getting around that 9th, 13th position typically. Here, let's look at minimum. We'll say 200. VC8 gets 5th. Actually won this one, which is pretty good. With Orion was there, OG was there, or OG, I forget which one it was. Mezcal, a lot of good players there. 25th at Wanted, not a great tournament. 9th at Colossal, very good. Also beating Leon in the Ditto. I always forget, and it's always funny. 5th at King of Fields, really good. 25th at Battle BC, pretty good. 49th at Genesis. I mean, some people had to do okay at Genesis. It's a super mega major. People are not going to do great always. But then again, 4th at a Wanted. Like, he is just unreal, incredible, and I think 9th at Glitch was, is that his first NA tournament? It looks like it is, at least for alt, because I don't think we saw any of him preseason. No, we didn't, so I don't know if that's his first. I think he was a Brawl player. I could be wrong. I feel like I swear people have said that. So I feel like it's not his first time ever to NA, but his first NA tournament in alt, he did incredible, and I think if he keeps seeing him, we'll keep seeing him do well. He is by far the best solo main Lucina. Don't get mad, solo main Lucina. Which I think is very impressive. There's a lot of really good Lucinas out there. Like Mr. E is also someone in EU that is incredible. But yeah, I think Leon is out of this. He's out of this world. He's so consistent. He's someone that's like, I don't want to say DeBuzz of EU because DeBuzz does have higher highs. But someone that's like, he is the gatekeeper. He beats everyone below him, but he struggles a little bit with people above him, and the people above him are unreal. And honestly, these 4 people are unironically the reason I wanted to make this series, because they are getting slept on so hard, and then I was like, okay, it could be cool to highlight every region of the world that has these type of players. Rafflo, Bloom Forever, and then people know Sisqui and Gluto a little bit more, but especially Rafflo and Bloom. Both of my player highlights on EU have been on Rafflo and Bloom respectively. They are so good, it's unreal. I'll do Rafflo first. I'm going to say Bloom for probably the last person in this video, because I think he has the most potential on this list. Rafflo he's incredible. He is in contention for best Palu, which is also one of the hardest topics. Again, sorry for the end. When you have to fight against Luis and Shag, as well as Abadongo now, who is just like, I feel like not out of nowhere, because he's always been pretty consistent, but like out of nowhere in the sense that he's just been doing crazy good recently. Like, he got really good performance at VCA. He got a really good performance at Kagaribi. He's been playing out of his mind. I think and also apparently he plays 4 characters. Let's not talk about Albo much longer, but he plays like 4 characters at a super top level, which is just insane. And that's how you know someone's really good, when they can play a lot of characters, because that just means their fundamental the game is good. And when you have someone like Rafflo contending for that, like hard, it just shows how good he is. And he has won majors. A lot of these people on this list haven't won any big majors. Rafflo did win a major over Sisqui. I forget the exact name of it, but we will find it really quick. 200. That's the classy number. He won, what was it? Second at King of Fields, by the way. Shouts to that. I think it was a wanted, I'm pretty sure. I just forget which one. It was a wanted free agent, and he won it over Sisqui, Nighthawks, Leon, Mr. E, just all the amazing players. I think has he taken a set off of Gluto? I don't know if he has. He has. He's taken a set off Gluto. Was it online? No. So yeah, he has a winning or an even record against Gluto, even though they've only played twice. The fact that you've ever taken a set is unreal. Raffalo is incredible. So much potential on him. Like, it is unreal, and I think the more he travels, the better he gets. Because he starts with the 25th at Glitch, not great. 65th at Genesis, again, it's Genesis. Some people have to do bad. It's a super mega major. But then at EU, he farms 49th at Colossal, not great there. And then pretty rough streak here from Colossal to Double Down, not great. Skips out on Smash Factor, which like makes sense. And then he comes to SmashCon, and he does insane. Even though this 25th doesn't look crazy, look at the wins. Send, Big Boss, Sam T, losing only Elegant to Buzz. Rising Grind, again, does the same thing, loses to Luis, but then gets a win on Nexus and Quandale before losing a Base Mage. And then does pretty well at VCA, considering his seed was so low. He does beat Sisqui again. I feel like he does have Sisqi's number, which is pretty impressive to say. He has 3-2 against him, but I think he's won the last 2 times. Oh, at least I believe so. Yeah, won the last 2 times. He is just an unreal player. I think so much of Raffle. He is definitely in contention for number 1 Poly right now. I don't know if I'd give it to Luis or Chag or either of them. It might honestly be Abba, but I'd have to think about it. Maybe a video on that. But yeah, Raffle has an incredible amount of potential, and the more we see him travel, the more consistency he's going to get because he is pretty new to competing. At least I think he is. From it looks like from his ultimate career, like he doesn't have as many majors. Here, I'll do offline only, just to make sure I'm right on that because that gives him even more confidence. He starts doing the tournaments in 2020, which is like this is his first major, and then then it's shut down, which is like honestly really unlucky. But then he comes back super strong. I think Rafflo is an incredible player with only more to go. We'll come back to Bloom. Sisqui, everyone should know Sisqui by now. Probably, actually, I say probably when I say probably the best player in the world by far, or Sam's player in the world. I say probably because it might not be as close as or as far as I'm thinking, but he's definitely the best Sam's player in the world. He is unreal. He just won I think it was a regional over SkyJ. It was, I forget the name. Was it 156? Oh, I'll do 156. We'll do Class C 156. I want to find it. It was Boss Battle. Yeah, he won that over SkyJ, so shouts him for winning that. And Pelly and Lancelot. Those are all incredible players. But he gets a 4th at VCA, and look at the wins. Orion, Kept, Modzai, Space, Leon. Like, he kills. He gets an Invader. Like, he is just unreal. Wanted, again. When's the last time SmashCon was the only bad performance he's had since quarantine, basically. Since the season. Like, the last time he missed the top 8 before SmashCon was Genesis, but again, it's Genesis getting 9th there. It's essentially, like, top 4 at any other major. And then he got, not a great performance at SmashCon, but look at this, like, run. Like, 4th at VCA, Vienna, getting wins on Space, getting wins on Jacka, Ryuka, I never learned how to say that, it's my bad. And then getting 3rd at Wanted, getting 2nd at this Wanted. I think this is the one he lost to Raffalo. Yep. And then I think he wins another Wanted over Raffalo. Yeah, he does. He wins the next one over Raffalo, so shouts to that quick adaptation. 9th at Genesis with wins on Riddles, who's top 10 in the world for sure. Wins on Big D, wins on MVD, losing only Zomba Gluto. Honestly, unlucky that he lost to a fellow countryman. And then Battle BC, he gets a win on ESAM, Cosmos, JDV, like incredible players here. Remy as well. 7th at King of Fields, getting wins on Shroped. Homika, 5th at Colossal, getting wins on Quick. Space, Jacket, he is destroying Space. That is unlucky. I don't know how those names got looked up. 7th at Smash Factor, Goblin, Andre, Cosmos, just Nair, just incredible. Then 49th at SmashCon, again, Mega Major. Some players got to do bad. But he does get a win on Atata, which is, always nice. Lost to Tilde Regalo. That sucks. You lose to the run of the tournament, and then someone that, like, got kind of upset. That is super unfortunate. And then Rising Grind, again, 4th, getting wins on Luis, Skittles, Apollo Kage. Jared is King Beast. Just, he's so good. And then these 2 tournaments here. T, he beat T 3-0. That's kind of crazy. T's insane. And then 4th here after losing to Raffalo. Just Sisqui is incredible. Probably the biggest, I want to say, glow up that we've seen like from stats wise, because I think it is pretty clearly again Bloom or Raffalo that we've seen since like post quarantine. But like on a rankings wise, he has just become incredible. At least for EU, he is unreal. And then obviously we have to go to VU. We don't really need to talk about this as much because everyone is like, okay, Gluto is like top 10 in the world at least. I don't even know where I'd place him right now because top 5 is the most contested thing I've ever seen. It's like you got Leo in there, you got Spargo maybe, you got Ackley, you got Zachary maybe. Actually, you definitely have Spargo. You got Zach Ray. You have honestly Meister. He's insane. Light, of course. God, how can I forget Light? Like a ton of just amazing players, and Glutonny is someone that is 100% in that spot, if not like guaranteed in most people's minds. Gluto is unreal. He's one of the only people to win a major over Leo, and also he has been winning other majors. And it's crazy that Gluto is doing so well in NA, but he's struggling in EU, which I think is so telling of how good EU has gotten. Because it used to be his playground. Gluto would literally just destroy EU, and it wasn't close. The only EU majors he lost were to Leo, like two invaders that came over, and then Pelly beat him at a VCA last year, VCA 2021, I believe. And ever since that happened, it's honestly been kind of downhill in the EU region. Lost to Trope as well really early on. Oh, what a run just to get second and be remembered for getting second. That kind of sucks. But look at this, so consistent. But then again, wanted 17th, but he's doing really well in NA, like second at CEO, 13th at the World Champs, 5th at Glitch, and then we go to Summit, 5th here, the 9th at Colossal, 17th at Wanted, 3rd at Delfino Mazda, 2nd at Genesis. He won Pound. 5th at Battle PC, 17th at E Carabina, 4th at King of Fields. This one's actually pretty good. 5th at Colossal, not bad, not terrible. Like 4th at Smash Factory, 4th at SmashCon. This one doesn't count, he DQ'd. Then 5th at Summit, incredible. Like, look at the wins he got. He wins Tweak, he beats Leo, he beats DeBuzz, he beats Spargo. Then 2nd at VCA, losing to Bloom twice. It's like, it just shows he is destroying the best players in the world. And he's losing in EU. It just shows how strong of a region EU actually is. Like, people are sleeping on EU. Like, they have taken, like, I don't know, Tylenol. I don't think Tylenol makes you sleep, but let's pretend it does. Like, you are conked out. Like, EU is such strong region. I'm so happy with how great they've just become. And the last person I want to talk, at least in the top 10, then I'll mention a couple other wild cards, is Bloom. I think Bloom has the most potential of any player on this list because I think Bloom could be potentially top 10 in the world. I'd say right now, he's somewhere, like him and Sisqui are somewhere in the 20s to 30s because it's really hard to make a ranking because Japan, I don't know what to do with Japan. They're all like top 20 in my mind. But it's really hard to put Bloom somewhere. I would put him somewhere in the 20s, maybe 30s if I'm underrating him, and then high, like teens, and then Sisqui, probably the same thing, honestly, probably a little lower than Bloom. Bloom is insane. He just won VCA over Gluto, and it's, when players prove they're amazing by bringing out like a super good secondary, that matters so much to me, and Bloom brought out his Mii Brawler, and it was crazy. It just shows he's not, like, he doesn't play Bayonetta. Like, I don't know. Here's Light. We know Light is amazing at Smash. Light is so clearly, like, the best Fox player, and he is so clearly the best with Fox. Like, and I guess that kind of means the same thing, but it's like, if Light is not playing Fox, there's a fairly noticeable decrease in his gameplay just because his Fox is on another level, and obviously if he played another character to a decent extent, he would definitely have them at that same level, because, like, you know, Light's, like, in contention for number 1 in the world. But Bloom, like, playing this Bayonetta, a character that people aren't really used to, and then also just bringing out the Mii Brawler because you don't like the matchup, and 3-0ing Abadongo, reverse 3-0ing Natoru in a matchup you hate with Bayonetta. It's just, like, incredible stuff from him. He's so good. And my favorite thing is he has a bad tournament here. Immediately bounces back with a major win. His best major win, by far. His best run's probably still... Actually, no, this is probably his best run. The Colossal one's also just incredible, though. But again, he lost to Nature 3-0, and how does he adapt? He knows he can't play the same character. It's just not working. He tries the PT, it doesn't work. He switches to the Brawler. It works. It works against Ava. Bloom Forever is unreal. One of the best players in the world. One of the best in EU. Number 2 in EU right now, at least in my very, very correct opinion. And I think he's only going to go up. I hope we can see him travel to the US more. The only time we saw him was at Double Down, where he got screwed by Bracket, honestly. 13th, losing to Jackal is... that's a tough loss. Actually, no, I was going to say it's a tough loss, but it's like Jackal's incredible, and I don't know, they're probably about the same ranking. But just like for a major, it's like, damn, that sucks. And then Proto, like, running into Jackal at that point sucks. I feel like I just don't want to make it sound like I'm like, Jackal's bad. How do you lose to Jackal? Because Jackal is unreal. I just phrased it bad. But then losing to Proto as well, that one's like, damn, it's Proto. Leo can't even beat the guy. And then getting a win on Kome, Frog, Teaser on the way there, JDV, Smirk, just incredible players. And then losing, again, Jackal, Proto, not bad losses at all. In fact, amazing losses. And yeah, Bloom forever, incredible. I hope we see him in the U.S. more. And then a quick shout out to a couple wild cards in EU. I think Naturu is crazy. That guy is unreal. I think he could maybe win a major with Pichu. Just like when he plays Pichu, I'm like, did this character get nerfed? And then he'll die at like a obscenely early percent and do like 1,000,000 damage to himself, and I'll be like, oh yeah. But the fact that he's even making me think that because Pichu got gutted is unreal. Nature is incredible. Space as well. I think Space is an amazing player, and he's not held back by Inkling. But it hurts when you're not playing like the best character in the game because Inkling is just so hard. But now he has an Aegis secondary, and he just like the way he uses those characters are unreal. Tarik, I mean, I already mentioned Tarik, but I think that guy is unreal. And then Luigi as well. I see a ton of potential in Luigi. He is a very, very strong player. Probably the best Luigi in the world right now. Him or Waka, but I'd probably give it to Luigi. I just think he's really, really good. And then you have the Steves in EU, like Tropt, Maze Beans, all incredible. Just EU is such a good region, and I implore you, if there's one takeaway from this video, if you don't remember anything, it's just like EU, even though it says here, easily upset, no, they are one of the best regions in Smash right now, and they're by far the best that they've ever been. I don't know in any Ultimate or any Smash game, but I feel like EU, I don't see a ton of EU presence in any other game, but I just think they're incredible right now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what region you want next. I will be doing all 4 eventually, and then probably the world will be last. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when it happens. But yeah, sports been unreal. Any comments if I messed up anything? I don't think I did in this video, but hey, it happens sometimes. And yeah, sports been unreal. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you all in the next video.